right, and welcome, folks, to another edition of Just a Couple Guys Talking Football with PJ and Tate. We've got some reaction from one of the better Thursday games that we've probably seen in a long time, Tate. And then we're going to roll right into our P's with PJ and Tate, which is the picks, props, parlays kind of thing. But yeah, Tate, what'd you think of that game last night?
Yeah, it was a good one. I actually turned it off 30-14. Had enough. So I didn't.
So you missed that.
I missed the whole comeback.
It did look pretty bleak. We were texting at that moment.
Wow.
And, I think Sam Darnold had just thrown an interception in the red zone of Seattle. And I think you had texted me.
I think that was his third interception at that point in the game.
Probably something like that. And, I think at that point I was like, well, they're trying to mount a comeback. I just don't, they still have time. Then their defense held the Rams, and then you get a punt return, and all of a sudden it's an 8-point game, or an 8-point game because they get the 2-point conversion. Then they get another touchdown, have a 2-point conversion fail, but because it was a backwards pass roll into the end zone and the Charbonnet was smart enough to grab it, you got a tie ball game. Overtime was exciting as always, and then I gotta love Seattle's resiliency, and I gotta be honest, to go for 2 in the overtime too, I love that as well.
Yeah,
let's just end it.
Get it over with.
I think the main thing that you're seeing is, we were texting last night too, Tate, is the Rams are definitely, if they're not the best team, they're 1A. They're not too far behind anybody. Matthew Stafford with those no-look passes is just something to just behold. It's so funny, and it's awesome to see. But Seattle's not a joke either.
No.
And as tough as Sam Darnold made that job last night, they kind of figured things out at the end. I don't know if the Rams defense just got tired, but I think what you're going to see here is it's going to be a race to the finish for the NFC West, and it's kind of crazy to say. Because, the Rams, I think, have, the Cardinals and the Falcons left, but Seattle's got the Niners. It's not an easy road. And I think they play the Panthers, too.
Yeah, I think even with the Rams losing that game, Seattle's not I wouldn't want to play them. But I think the Rams I think maybe they got a little cocky in that, kind of thought they had it, Nature of the beast, just kind of, just going to kind of give up a little bit. I think we're good here.
Yeah, let up just a little
Division
bit.
rival, it's never over. And at away, too. But, yeah, I think the Rams right now as a team, have you watched that Prime Vision?
No, I haven't.
It's amazing.
Usually I'm at work, so it's a little tough to do that. But is it pretty cool?
Yeah, so it kind of shows you like a Madden view. They call it the coach's view. It's from the back of it, and then they show the routes and everything, and then they'll it'll be stats up, and then the guy will come on and describe defenses and stuff. So
that's
for
kind of cool.
Average football fan that doesn't know much or just trying to educate, but it's a new way. I bet you're going to see this
more
in
and
the next
more
5 years. Yeah. So, yeah, I watched quite a bit of the game on that. But like I said, I turned it off just because I thought the Rams had it 30-14. Just wasn't trending well at all.
That's the second game this season that Seattle has given up multiple interceptions to the Rams and come charging back, because they did that the first game too and just fell short 21-19. But this one, it was different. I think the Rams thought they were going to also put it away within the last 2 minutes, and they missed a crucial field goal there. Listen, like we said, the Rams aren't going anywhere. Seattle's not going anywhere. As of right now, I think Seattle owns the number 1 seed in the NFC, and Seattle would not be a fun place to play. And I think Sam Darnold looks like he plays a little bit better at home. I don't know. Sam Darnold's kind of – the only thing I'm saying is, as much as he led back, this thing of kind of that Sam Darnold that popped up at the end of the season last year where – hey, I'm giving the ball away a lot. I'm not playing with a lot of confidence. But I will say that he did, he tied one on, did his job last night, took care of business. But there's a little troublesome because some of those interceptions.
Oh, where are you throwing the ball? Yeah, absolutely.
Seriously, that one that almost went for a pick six, I was like, dude, who were you throwing it to?
Yeah, even Al Michaels and Kirk Street were kind of like. Interception. Okay. Like they couldn't believe
Yeah, I mean the one in the red zone too was
but
was
hey, good for
too.
him. Like good for him to be, to come back and win the game,
Yeah.
For me that's it shows, I think like we were arguing last year, or I think a few weeks ago, where you were like, "Hey, is Sam going to do like what he did with the Vikings?"
Right.
And you're right, but like for me, it's like let's just wait and see. I would still take him.
But listen, I mean, I'm not trying to trash the guy at all. I'm just curious to see where his ceiling is, and I mean, he's got the potential, he's got the talent. I mean, he's definitely got a good arm. His decision making is questionable from time to time.
Yeah,
but I think my main question about it is where is Sam Darnold's ceiling?
Yeah.
I'm struggling to find that because sometimes I think he hits his ceiling, but then all of a sudden he blows right through it and goes 3 floors.
I definitely I'm rooting for the guy. I know he's a USC guy for you Golden Domers, but
I mean at the end of the day,
he doesn't act like a USC player,
I'll give you that. And you know what? He's been through a load of crap in the NFL. So, and for the guy to just keep plugging away, my hat's off to him for sure. All right, well, let's roll into the rest of the picks for this week. We've got a couple games on Saturday and, the main slate on Sunday, and then, of course, one on Monday. So let's talk about those couple games on Saturday. We'll start off with Philadelphia visiting Washington Commanders for the first time in this last 3 weeks of the season. Commanders have shut down Jaden Daniels all the way. Tate, how does that make you feel about this game?
Yeah, I got the Eagles. I got the Eagles covering the spread and then an over of 44.5. Even though it's at the Commanders, I thought the Commanders had something going with how close they played Denver, and then they've kind of had a dip. So I got the Eagles on this. I don't really have much on this game.
Yeah, I mean, my main thing is with this, and I think you can back me up on this one, is Dan Quinn's a really good coach. He's getting a lot. He got a lot out of that team last year. He's gotten as much as he can out of this team this year. That team had some flaws. It had some aging players along, that had a, remarkable season last year. And I just think there was too many holes to plug this year. Jaden Daniels getting hurt isn't great. Marcus Mariota's tried to do the best he can. I agree with you. I think the Eagles win this one pretty soundly. I think the Eagles will cover the 6.5. I do have the under of 44.5 just because Washington, the Eagles defense played so well, and I know it was against the Las Vegas Raiders, holding them to like 75 yards, I think, of total offense last week. I think the Eagles defense might be ready to carry this team a little bit more these last 3 weeks. Let's go to the game of the night. Night, moved to prime time. We got the Green Bay Packers visiting the Chicago Bears. Packers going to be without Micah Parsons. Looks like they got Christian Watson. Looks like Josh Jacobs is questionable. Bears are going to be without Rome Odunze. Luther Burden is out. Which way do you sit in this one, bud? And just be careful on which way you pick.
Well, since Parsons is out, you guys are going to win. Just like the narrative with Denver.
Yes,
like
exactly.
Denver never would have won if Parsons would have stayed healthy, even though Parsons never got a sack on Bo Nix. Yeah, I got the Bears. Yeah, I think the Bears are like dying, licking their chops right now after what happened in Green Bay. And honestly, I think they're a contender too. The Bears are. So I think the Bears are going to win, and they're going to cover. And I got the over. I just think the Pack lost. I think there was 2 other injuries too.
Yeah, they had a couple different things. Yeah, they've been fighting injuries for a while. I mean, I'm not going to take that away from them. I'll tell you what I told one of the fellow Packers fans here at work after we lost that first game. He came up and he's like, "Hey, sorry, buddy." I go, "Well, hey, man, I'm sorry too." And he's like, "What for? We won." I go, "If that's the best you got, you guys are not looking good because we didn't play our greatest game the first game, and I think that the Packers are in trouble now." You're right. I am going to be mad because the whole narrative is when we do beat the Packers is, oh my God, we don't have Micah Parsons. Of course you beat us. That's fine. I think we would have beat them with him, by the way, out there, Packers fans. So I'm going Bears. I'm going Bears to cover, of course, the -1.5, and I will take the over 46 as well, 46.5. Well, I know we're without some wide receivers. Ben Johnson knows how to scheme some guys open. We've got Colston Loveland. We've got Cole Kmet. I'm expecting some big games out of them. I think you're also going to see a good game out of the running game, too, in this game. It's going to be Chicago's going to be Soldier Field's going to be rocking on Saturday, and I wish I could be there. All right, next up, let's go into Buffalo versus Cleveland Browns. I don't have much to say about this game. I think it's going to be a bloodbath yet again for Shadur. Oh, hang on. Let us not remiss on getting Shadur the number one voting in the Pro Bowl, by the way.
Well, hey, by the way, do you know that he has more Pro Bowl votes than Bo Nix?
He's got the number one of everybody, bud. He's got more. So
it just shows you. It just shows you. This is so frustrating. Like, what are you guys thinking with this?
What?
He started 4 games?
I don't even know. And it just goes to show you that the Pro Bowl, in my opinion,
it's
anymore,
a joke.
It's meaningless. All pro votes, I get that. That means you're like the best at your position. Pro Bowl, it's a joke, man. It might as well just, it's going the way of the College Bowl seasons. It's just not even worth it.
Let's
Shadur
retire
Sanders
his
is number one
jersey in
vote.
Cleveland. Let's retire it.
Yeah, let's do something. But I'll be honest with you, he's going to have a rough time against the Buffalo Bills because once, like you said about them last week, they're getting rolling. They're starting to believe a little bit more, and they're going to cause some more damage, especially in Cleveland. So I'll take Buffalo. I'll take Buffalo minus the 10.5. I'll give over 41.5. Los Angeles Chargers visiting the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas recently has said that they don't want to, they're not going to play for draft position. We're going to play our guys. What do you think this Chargers secondary does against the best passing attack in the league in Dallas Cowboys?
I don't think I think the Cowboys are going to score a few points. I think the Chargers are going to handle them pretty good.
Oh yeah,
the Chargers need this game.
Yeah, big time.
The Chargers are like they're in major seeding position right now.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So I got the Chargers covering, and I got an over.
Listen, I think that like you said, Cowboys are frauds. Wheels are starting to come on off. Yeah. That Chargers secondary.
How's Dallas a 1.5 favorite over the Chargers?
I don't even know. I can't even. I can't explain it. To be honest with you, these Chargers these last couple weeks have beat up on really good teams. The Eagles, they held like how many? The Chiefs. They just beat the Chiefs in Kansas City when the Chiefs absolutely needed the game. Dallas is going to have a hard time against this defense. I know Dak and CD and everybody's been having a good year. This secondary has been shutting people down. And teams that are a better caliber, I think, offensively, not statistically, of course, I guess, but Dallas's offense, I just think that they're going to have some problems with this. And I don't understand how Vegas has Dallas favored. I totally agree. I'm Chargers all the way, Chargers covering, and under a 49.5. The New York Jets visiting the New Orleans Saints. I don't have much in this one. I kind of split the difference. New Orleans to win, Jets to cover. Pick one. It was 4.5, I think.
I got the Saints. Saints, and then the over.
Cool.
So.
Let's roll into surprisingly shocking good game for the NFC South crown. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Carolina Panthers. Tate, what do you think? Do you think Tampa Bay finally they got to get a win here sooner or later? But do you think it's time? I don't either.
I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer in them anymore. I'm done with them. Still root for them. Still root for.
Have
Baker.
They gone the route of the Falcons for you?
No, I'm not that far removed.
Okay,
but,
all right, fair enough.
I just don't know what's happening there. I got the Panthers. The Panthers with the
covered the 3.
Yeah, and then the under. Yep. I don't see it. Like anymore.
Listen,
I just can't rely on them. Just...
I agree with you. I think Tampa Bay, they'll probably do the same MO. They'll probably go up in this game, be up by a score or two, and then all of a sudden Carolina will come back just like everybody has against Tampa Bay late. It just seems like their defense tires out real quick. So I'm with you. I'm going to pick Carolina too. Carolina's got more of an upstart feel to this game than Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Tampa Bay, you want to prove me wrong? Go out there and prove me wrong. But I'm with you. I'm Carolina plus 3, and I'll take the over 45.5. A shockingly good team that we talked about recently, Tate, is the Minnesota Vikings playing spoilers. Now, they don't have to play spoilers with the New York Giants, but they've been playing pretty better ball lately. Do you think? What do you think that they got against these Giants?
Yeah, I think they're going to beat them. I think, yeah, the Vikings got something rolling. They got some mojo with J.J. McCarron back there. So, yeah, I got the JJ. Vikings and the over.
Yeah.
And
I'm with, yeah, I'm
2.5.
I'm pretty much with you on that one. It's, JJ McCarthy's been playing a lot better. I think it just, like a lot of these young guys, they, like you said, he was a rookie in so many words this year. Plus, he was injured for more than half the year, it felt like. So I'm with you. I'm taking Minnesota -3, and I'll take the over. All right, the Patrick Mahomes-less Kansas City Chiefs visiting Tennessee Titans. Does Kansas City still have what it takes to beat the mighty, mighty Titans?
Oh, I do. What do you think about old Cam Ward wanting to be part of the coaching process? And
listen, I have so many opinions, and that
drove me crazy. It's like you haven't proven anything yet. You're not a franchise quarterback. They're still trying to figure out if you're the right guy, and the new coach is going to do the same thing. So good luck, buddy. See if you're here. See if you're with this team in 3 years.
Here's my thing. Of course, they're going to probably take into consideration what the quarterback's thoughts are a little bit about the coach. Does he need to be a part of the whole process? Absolutely not.
Why does it matter? Let me ask you, why does it matter?
Well, I'm going to tell you this. If he is the number 1 draft pick that they think he's going to be, I don't think you're going to take a coach that wants to get rid of him right away. But
I'm not saying they're going to get rid of him, but this is a whole new era. It don't matter. Come on. You don't have a say. You haven't proven anything yet. This is how it is. We're hiring these guys, and if you're good enough, then you will adapt to his system and whatever it is. But
all I'm saying is that they're probably going to have somebody that's going to be adaptable around Cam Ward. They're not going to necessarily say, Cam Ward, what do you think of Coach A, B, and C? I don't think that they care about that either as well. So my thing is, Cam, sit down. Why, you're lucky that no one has actually talked about how bad of a first-round overall pick you've been this year. I know he's had a little bit more success as of late, but I agree with you. Hey, Cam, why don't we just take a seat over there and let the big kids talk about the coach, and we'll come and get you when we're ready.
You worry about playing and developing your craft.
Right. And, I would hope that the Tennessee Titans would pick a coach that's going to help him with that, but that's yet to be seen. Cincinnati Bengals visiting Miami Dolphins. Something that happened over the last couple of days, Tate, that we should talk about. The benching of Tua. Tua is on the bench for Quinn Ewers. What is your thoughts on this? First, Tate, what was your first thought when you saw it?
I didn't really care much, to be honest with you. It's the Dolphins. What is Tua? Got his contract is a bigger mess than Russell Wilson. I will say he's 2 years ago. He had a great year. I don't really read into it too much. It's good for them for doing it. They're trying something different.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, do you think? Okay, how about this? Do you think he's there next year then?
I don't know. I don't know anything about their ownership or anything. The only reason I don't think they have pockets, they don't have pockets close to the Broncos ownership to eat that. I think it's the smartest thing to do it. The Broncos just showed you can do it because I do think the Dolphins have some pieces. I think you got to. I mean, with his injury history, he's not a problem in the locker room. It's not that. He had just not really showing much. So I think you kind of got to get it.
I think you got to look at from my take on the Tua situation is the Dolphins, I feel like, have given him every chance and have been insanely loyal and giving him contracts that I don't think that they necessarily had to. They could have probably easily franchise tagged the guy a couple times and seen if he was, think if you'd franchise tagged him twice. You wouldn't have to be on the hook next year because you're absolutely right. They're on the hook for a humongous number.
He was never shown that he deserves that contract either.
I totally agree. Tate, he hasn't shown that they needed that he even deserved the 5th-year option to be exercised.
And that's the thing that we're ownership is crappy. It's the same thing that happened in Denver. They traded
doubled
for
down.
Russ. They traded for Russ. They absorbed his contract and they re-signed him to this gigantic extension without watching him play. And there was all these question marks too. Yes, I will tell you, everyone in Denver was happy at the time because we had no idea how big of a train wreck Russell Wilson was.
Right.
But they didn't have to do it. Like I was even saying that to you. Like, I don't think we should sign him yet. Let's wait till week 4. Let's see what we got in him. It's the same thing. Like he hadn't shown up to then. He had a few games, but like no. So this is where it shows you where ownership and management and coaching is everything in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because this could cripple Miami big time.
I agree with you, and I think that Miami is on the boat, by the way, folks, of keeping Mike McDaniel. I think that he's going to keep his job. I think that they got rid of the GM, which was Chris Greer, that made the Tua pick and, kind of built this roster. I think Mike McDaniel has tried to do everything he can, but he's got to move on from Tua. I don't know if the answer is Quinn Ewers, but, to be brave enough to go, hey, man, we got to figure this out. Do I think Tua's there next year? Maybe because I don't even know if but is he going to be starting? I don't think so. I think if he's there, he's the second, which I know is a horrible thing to say, but like, hey, I don't blame them to kind of see what you got to Quinn Ewers. He wasn't a horrible quarterback in college. He had some pretty decent numbers. He had some, decent wins. I think that, let's see what he's got. Now, as for playing Cincinnati this week, I don't like Miami at all. I think Cincinnati, not putting up, putting up 0 points is going to lead to Cincinnati having a big recourse of correction, not to mention Quinn Ewers starting. Now, I could be wrong because Cincinnati's defense is awful, but I expect Joe Burrow to get some things done.
Yeah, I got Cincy in the over.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go out west, and that's Jacksonville Jaguars. And Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence rolling into the Mile High City. What is it? Empower? Is it Empower Stadium now? Empower? Mile High.
Okay. It's been that way for a few years.
Okay. And so what's our thoughts? Does Trevor have it to
You go first.
Oh, okay. I'll go first. Listen, Trevor, Liam, it's been a good story. But I'm picking Denver. I know that I know what you've said, that they're due for a loss. I get that. I think that this is going to be a hard-fought game, and I think that Denver's offensive clicking, as we've talked about recently, I think that's going to lead to some good things. Jacksonville has been having a good run as well. I think that Denver's defense is going to have Trevor commit some fatal errors in this one, and that's going to be the deciding factor.
Yeah. I've been hearing a lot of back and forth. Is this a trap game? Is this not? I do think the Jaguars are rolling good. Like, their offense has definitely figured something else. I definitely think their offense is going to move the ball on Denver's D. Like I've said all year, the Broncos D will give you a whole bunch until they get that first sack. It's something. If the sack happens early, better. Because like there's something mentally that happens with their team once they get that first sack. Some switch happens. Like the Packer game, it took forever. Mm-hmm. Even though Jordan Love was pressured 15 times, it took deeper into the game. But yeah, I think the Jaguars are going to move the ball, and expose Denver a little bit, and then Denver will come back and freaking figure it out and go back to the drawing board. It's going to be a close game because let's face it, Denver, every game's been a close game at Denver. In fact, if Sean wouldn't have got so conservative the last 2 drives with the Green Bay Packers, Denver should have easily beat them by 10 points. Okay. I got Denver winning.
Yeah.
And I got the over. And like when I say they're due for a loss, it's just kind of like, God, just how they're winning.
It's the law of averages too. It makes sense. And by the way, I don't disagree with your logic of you'd probably rather have them lose now in the regular season than lose in the first round of the playoffs. When you're due for a loss, if you will.
But I just think there's some. This team just, man, there's
some magic, brother.
There's some magic, but they just play for each other. They got each other's back. There's no animosity. There's no like, the defense is against the offense because they're on the field all the time. No, like the offense, you can arguably say the last 2 games, the offense has bailed out the defense, and that's what I wanted to see. I think Bo's going to continue to keep improving like what we've seen, and I think he's going to freaking come in red hot like how we left the Packers game. So I think there's some good things for the Broncos, and the seeding is still huge.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, so,
Broncos have plenty to fight for in this game. I don't see them letting up. And I think you're absolutely right. I think that team culture atmosphere is really coming through. I think the improvement in the run game is humongous. And that you're going to need that run game to beat Jacksonville, okay? Because you're going to have to keep that pass rush a little honest. Because if Sean goes back there and just tries to throw against this Jacksonville team, they've got a decent front seven, and their secondary is not necessarily too shabby. So, they got some guys that, kind of under the radar, maybe later picks because of injury that, are playing pretty well. But I'm still with you. I think Denver's got it. I think Denver can do this. All right, let's talk about the Dirty Birds versus another Dirty Birds, just Atlanta versus Arizona. Folks, this is going to classify as I don't care in the afternoon game. I'll take Arizona, though, because Atlanta just won last week, so that means they'll probably lose this week. So Arizona plus 2.5, under 40-something, whatever. I think it's 40, 43, 48? I don't even know.
Yeah, I got the Falcons.
Oh,
under.
Oh, the believer. The believer has returned.
I think with Kirk Cousins, it's moving in a better operation because he can actually conduct an offense. Not that Michael Penix Jr. wasn't god-awful, but they seem a little bit better to me. But yeah, I'm with you, too. I
don't know about
care.
Let's talk about what's shaping up to be a beatdown. Man, Houston, talk about a nice schedule for you guys to finish.
Yeah.
Played the Las Vegas Raiders, and so the Las Vegas Raiders put up 75 total yards of offense net against the Eagles. I don't think the bar is going to be set too much higher this week against Houston. I'll just tell you guys, Houston minus whatever that big number is, and give me I guess the over, because I think Houston's just going to put it on them.
Yeah, I don't got much to say with this. Texans are one of the scarier teams right now.
100%. 100%.
So, yeah,
and it's in Houston. It's just shaping up to not be a fun
and I got
game
the
for
over.
Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers charging into the Detroit Lions. This game is actually a pretty decent one, folks.
Yeah.
What do you take?
I kind of went back and forth on this, but I got the Lions. I got the Steelers covered, and I got an under. I just think the Steelers going into Detroit. It's just they both need this game, but I just think with where the Lions are at and their grittiness still, I think they're going to be a little too much. But I do see it as a very good game, and the Steelers keeping it close. And
I agree with you.
I do got the under. I just think the Steelers will kind of keep it, shut down the points a little bit, even though their defense isn't world beaters. But this is the time of the year they both need these wins really bad. So I just think the Lions have a little too much firepower for them.
I agree. I think the Lions' offense is a force to be reckoned with, especially when they start to get rolling. I think this game being in Detroit matters a big deal. I think Pittsburgh, I don't think that they're going to have T.J. Watt again. He had that punctured lung from the shot or something. I don't even know. It's just crazy. But collapsed lung, I think he had a couple weeks ago, so he had surgery on that. Listen, I agree with you. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers will keep it close, but at the end of the day, I think this game is needed more by the Lions. Lions lose this one, and I think it's night-night. So Pittsburgh, I know you need it too, but the thing is, you could probably still lose this game and still probably beat Baltimore to take the division. I just think matters too much for Detroit. That's why I'm going Detroit. Let's talk about another sneaky game Sunday night. New England Patriots visiting the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know how you were. I went back and forth on this game because I kind of feel like Baltimore needs it, but New England with a really, really horrible, showing in the comeback loss to, how they let Buffalo come back and lost last week. I kind of sided with New England, but I'm a little shaky on it.
Yeah, this one, I'm really intrigued by this game. This is one of the ones I'm kind of like really jonesing to watch, besides the Bronco game. But I got the Ravens winning. I got the Pats covering. I got the over.
I like it. I did New England all the way.
If this was in New England, I would switch it. I just think a little too much. Granted, I shouldn't go against this just because the Ravens haven't showed me anything, but I just think there's something with the Patriots. I think the Patriots are a year or two away.
Okay.
And I could be completely wrong. There's just something with them.
You think that the floor is falling out from underneath him? Maybe
I don't know if it's falling out. I just think that they got exposed a little bit. I just think that they've been very not lucky, but they just been hitting it, like just hitting the jackpot. And I just don't see it yet. Okay. Even though I was telling you first quarter, early second quarter last week, I'm like, the Patriots are
for real,
but
they looked for real. They were up like 21-0 on the Bills.
But how the Bills came back and like completely shut them out, basically the second half, I'm like, man, I don't know. So I'm just gonna throw the Hail Mary out there and say it's the Ravens and the Patriots covering it over. I think it's gonna be a really good game. What do you think?
I totally agree with you. I think that the Ravens could have absolutely. I could be convinced that the Ravens could come back and win this game, or win this game outright. I think that New England, I'm going to put my faith in Mike Vrabel and the way that the consistency that the New England Patriots have played this year. I'm going to give it to that over the way that the consistency that the Baltimore Ravens have played this year. I know the Ravens need this game. And listen, if the Ravens won this game, I wouldn't be shocked. But I'm going to keep a little bit more faith in New England. They've played efficiently. They didn't play that efficiently in the second half of the Bills game. Maybe that's a lesson to wake up, but that's what I'm going to side with. Let's talk about San Francisco Monday night against the Indianapolis Colts and Phillip Rivers, the resurgent, the reborn again Phillip Rivers at 44. It's a big number for the San Francisco 49ers. Do the 49ers deserve a 6.5 point?
I do.
What?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think there's another week of Phillip. Is he even being able to get out of bed this morning still from Sunday?
Yeah. The report, I have not read any reports whether how much Advil it took for him or a leave to get up and going.
Yeah, he surpassed what I thought, but no, I think it's the Niners. They're going to cover that easy, and then I got an under of 46.5. But yeah, I think boy, that was a huge loss to lose Daniel Jones for the Colts. So
okay. I listen, I like San Francisco to win. For sure. I'm going to take Indianapolis to cover 6.5 at home. I'll take the over 2. For some reason, I just think that the Colts will be pesky. They won't be pesky enough to win, but they'll be pesky enough to hang around. All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for us. We will be with you either Sunday night or to do a reaction show from this week. But don't forget to follow us on YouTube. Just a couple guys talking football. Please subscribe to that. We're on Spotify. Just a couple guys talking football as well. If you listen to your podcast there. But other than that, we will be talking to you guys soon. We are out.